Welcome to World War II Online tutorial. Very low level bombing. Practice offline. Do something real quick here. When you're doing these things, don't do it in the main game server. If there's an actual campaign going on and you're wasting equipment, doing things, silly things like what I'm doing here, then people are going to get angry with you or even think that you're trying to do it on purpose. So go offline or go to the training server. Training server would be just the same as if you're on the actual server. You can even invite people from all over the world. Okay, so let's get into low-level bombing with bombers from Allied and Axis sides. Now, this technique can be used for both Allied and Axis. It doesn't have to be a JU-88. It can be anything. But the main point is you can drop bombs at very low altitude. And I'm going to switch over to the actual audio as I'm doing it so you can hear me talking and have a description of what's going on. And the main thing to remember is that you have to be flying at, even if it's 6 inches off the ground, you have to let the bomb drop for 2 seconds. So that means you either pull up slightly or you have to be going at a really fast rate of speed so that when you drop the bomb, it flies horizontally for those 2 seconds. So now let me restart this video so that you can see what's going on with my description as I'm actually doing it. These are much harder to do. So this is on the training server, and I'm practicing, and what I'm doing is I want to turn around and look to see if there's a scorch mark on the ground. If you hit an immobile object that you can't destroy, and you hit it directly, there will be no scorch mark. Nope, I hit it. They hit, just like that. Now I'm going to jump forward a little bit so that you can see what I call skip bombing. It'd be like if you imagine you dropping something like or throwing a stone and skipping it off the water. So the idea is you try to get the bomb to go up in the air just enough to, like, say, clear an AB wall or get up over some trees and then come back down on your target. So let's watch this. They hit just like that. You can actually drop one inside that hangar. But let's go for this building. So we're going for the building. We're going to cross or hit the toggle on it. And hit. And we hit right on the front side of that building. So we have the 4 big ones, the 10 little ones. I find it best that if you're going to be dropping the double load, that you leave the bomb bay closed, drop your big ones first, then select the little ones and open the bomb bay. Sometimes, even though I've selected the small bombs and I've got the bomb bay open and I'm dropping the little ones, occasionally the big ones go along with the little ones. So I don't know what's up with that. So it's best to just leave the bomb bay closed, drop your big ones first, then go for the little bombs afterward. Again, whatever bomber I'm using, Allied or Axis, I always make sure that I go to offline mode or to the training server to set up these toggles. So as I'm explaining how to set up my toggle switch, it's a rocker switch. Buttons 3 and 4 are essentially the same buttons. Just pull it back for one, push it forward for the other. Makes a very quick transition between your pilot and bombardier and back again. If you don't have that, then you can just key map your number 2 and the dropping of the bomb under the same switch or the same button on your keyboard at the top across your keyboard as another alternative. Okay, so let's key map this for the Allied plane for rapid deployment of bombs. Button 4 to release the eggs, and then button 3 to take me back to the pilot's position. So position 2, position 1, position 2, position 1. And this is for also position 2 here is going to be the same as dropping bombs. Then if I want to go to position 2 without dropping a bomb, I have a secondary key map over here. It happens to be one of my hat keys, and then I can use the bomb site and everything, get everything all set up. And then if I want to drop the bombs, I use the secondary key map for the bombardier, the letter U. So here I have reduced the audio from the game, and I'm in area 51, and I'm dropping bombs, pretending that there's flat guns at the edge of the city there or something. So what I was using was the terrain to hide myself. as I came over the top of that hill, and then I was able to release the eggs. And that's going to be totally by feel. There's no way to cookie cut that. You'll just have to, guess how to do that. But if we go and look at some of these other things here, we can do some other low-level bombing, again without using the bomb sight, because at this altitude it's under your 3,000 feet or whatever it is that you have as a minimum on your bomb sight. So therefore you bomb from the pilot's position just by feel. And besides bombing from low level, you can also lob bomb. Come up over using the hill terrain to protect yourself. Lob a couple of eggs just as you start to pull up. And if you watch, you get the timing down and the feel for it. You can drop bombs indiscriminately into your target area. And again, using terrain to protect you, just as you clear the terrain, you can release the eggs and lay a pattern of them, and then you got to pull up and get out of the way so that you don't get shot by the flat guns, assuming that there's a bunch of flat guns there. And if you notice, right there, I let loose several bombs, and they went right through the target area, and therefore would hopefully hit something. Thank you for watching this tutorial on very low-level bombing.